Everybody, thanks for watching The Mile High Biker. This is the cycling channel that's for everybody and anybody. We are all everyday people and we want to ride bikes. That's what this channel is about. From mountain biking and bike packing to commuting and just cruising around, hopefully you'll find something on this channel that you find valuable, useful, and maybe even entertaining. The topic for this video today is bike commuting. Specifically, which kind of bike should you use to commute? For this week, I'm gonna ride a different bike every day to work. So we got 5 days, that means 5 bikes. Let me show you the lineup. So for Monday, we're gonna ride the Poseidon Redwood gravel bike. I've already done some commuting on this bike. I know that it's great for riding around town. It's comfortable. So I figured that's a good solid one to start the week off with. On Tuesday, we're gonna break out the single speed, the thrift store bike, rat bike that we've kind of just tossed together. It's got tires that have air. It's got one brake that works. So that means we can ride it. So we're gonna do that on Tuesday. It's been a while since I've commuted on a single speed. Looking forward to how that's gonna feel. On Wednesday for hump day, we're gonna bring the GT. That's right, the retro mountain bike. Haven't really done anything to it yet. We're gonna convert it to something, probably a commuter. So this will be a good time to see how it works for commuting. The only thing that I know that I'm gonna change right off the bat before Wednesday is the saddle that's on this bike. It's terribly uncomfortable, so that's gonna have to get swapped out. Moving on to Thursday, or as we call Friday Junior, we're gonna use the Red Dragon. That is a super fun bike. I have commuted on it a couple of times, and it's surprisingly decently efficient, even with the lower gearing, but it's really comfortable and fun to ride. And on Friday, we saved the e-bike for last. I know I'm probably gonna be a little tired after riding regular bike for 4 days in a row. I don't think I've really done that for a while. So e-bike it is on Friday. My e-bike is basically my main commuter. It's got everything pretty much that you would want in a commuter, nothing that you wouldn't, and power to boot. So that's gonna be for Friday. Each day I'm gonna take the same route to try to make things as even as possible when comparing the bikes. Obviously I cannot control all the factors like weather and traffic. Luckily, riding a bike, traffic doesn't seem to mess you up too much either way. Time and average speed will be used to help compare the bikes, and comfort levels on each bike will be rated on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being terribly uncomfortable and 5 being totally super comfortable. When rating comfort, I'm taking into consideration my body position on the bike, what my hand position options are on the bike, protection from the elements, thinking about fenders, maybe protection from theft, thinking about locks and how easy things are to be taken off the bike, stolen from the bike, taking into consideration my butt and how it feels after a commute, and also the storage that is on the bike, which will allow me to take things off of my or out of my backpack, allowing a little more comfort. So those things will all be considered when I choose my comfort rating for each bike. Good morning, everybody. We're on day 1, Monday, riding the Poseidon Redwood. Let's get going. All right, everybody, we're on the ride home, and we'll talk a little bit about how things felt on today's commute on the Redwood. The Redwood felt like I imagined it would. I have commuted on this bike before. Gearing is just fine. Plenty of range on both sides. This bike is super comfortable. It's one of the reasons I bought it. It's a gravel bike, but you're not like some gravel bikes are almost damn near like roady kind of positioning. This one is pretty upright. The stack is pretty tall. So it's not as upright as like a cruiser or a flat bar or like the e-bike, but it's still pretty comfortable. Saddle on this bike is really comfortable. It's actually the newer Poseidon Adventurer saddle, I think they call it. Definitely had some more comfort because of the half frame bag. I was able to, stick some more stuff in there and get the weight off of the backpack. So storage is pretty good on this bike too. One thing I might do is take off half a point for inconvenience on this bike because it doesn't have a bell. So I have to announce my presence to people walking and stuff. And that kind of gets old after a while. So for the rating, including comfort and everything, I'd give this a 4. I was going to give it maybe a 4.5, but I'll give it a solid 4. Alright, so we are almost to work, and something I wanted to mention today, I forgot to record the ride home. So to keep things even for this 5-day challenge, we're just going to record the ride to work and use those stats to compare the bikes. Alright, on the way home, let's talk about the single speed. First of all, for its comfort, it's an okay, comfortable bike. It's going to lose half a point for the saddle. Only half a point though, because people change saddles. Not everybody thinks the same saddle is comfortable. Like that's a very personal thing. So I wouldn't take too many points off for that. But as this bike currently stands, the saddle sucks. Let's talk about the single speedness. We're going to gain a point, and then we're going to lose a point. So we're going to break even. We gain a point because single speed's fun. I like that it gives me more of a workout. It kind of forces you to have a little bit of a faster pace, which is nice. But I live in Denver, and we have hills. And so definitely single speed's going to lose a point for not having the gears to get up some of the hills. Talk about comfort as far as packability. This bike has none, so it loses a point. There is no on-bike storage. Everything has to go in the backpack. One more thing this bike's probably going to lose a point for is the skinny tires. I've just been a little spoiled having big tire bikes, and with the shitty roads we got, it's still pretty bumpy, and these little tires, they don't give you any comfort. It's just up and down with this bike. It's gonna gain another point though for the bullhorn handlebars, because they give me multiple hand positions, which makes things more comfortable. So the single speed is gonna come in at a 3.5 on the comfort rating. Look at them skinny little handlebars. And good morning. Day 3 of the 5-day 5-bike challenge. We're on the 90s mountain bike, the GT Timberline Okay, everybody, on the way home on Wednesday, day 3, on the GT. This is definitely probably my least favorite right now, but hopefully it'll be my favorite in the future. It's okay comfortable. I did put a different saddle on there. I put my Volt, WTB Volt, which is like, I think, my favorite saddle, and you know, that helped out a lot. The position is pretty like over the front. Your hands are like over the front of the fork, so that would definitely be addressed when I start converting this thing. As it, woo, the shifting on this thing is not good. I'm getting a lot of random ghost shifting and stuff, and it's just got these friction shifters on here, and cheap ones at that. So I mean, it works, it does shift, but I'm gonna take points off just for like that whole setup. So definitely like a point will be taken off for that. And again, a lot of this stuff is just stuff that's gonna get changed anyways, so it's not really that big of a deal. The tires suck. The pedals are okay. They feel weird to me because I'm so used to just regular mountain bike platform pedals, and these are like your, I don't know what they're called, they're old school mountain bike pedals, and they're just smaller, so it feels a little less supportive under my foot. But again, pedals can be changed, so I could take half a point off. Say we're down to about a 3.5. Currently there is no storage on the bike, so everything had to go in the backpack, so we'll take a point off for that. Honestly, GT as it stands, we're going with a 2.5 overall. Good morning, everybody. We are on day 4 of our 5-day 5-bike challenge, riding the Red Dragon, my retro Trek. All right, everybody, we're on our way home, day 4, and let's get into our commuter rating for this bike. Starting off with positioning and comfort. It's a comfortable bike. I built it that way. You know, good comfortable saddle, good wide upright handlebars. The only thing about these handlebars, like a lot of other bikes, they are flat, so there's only one hand position really, but they are upright. So maybe I'll take half a point since I don't have multiple hand positions. The tires on this bike are Maxxis Holy Rollers. I think they're somewhere around 2 inches, maybe 1.95. But they're smooth rolling and they're wide, so they're very comfortable. They do kind of soak up some of the vibration, the cracks, the little pump. All right, let's talk about the packability of this bike. Other than being able to put a water bottle on it, there is no storage. I could fit a frame pack or a cool handlebar bag or something maybe, but I haven't done that yet. So for now, when I'm on this bike, I do have to put everything in my backpack. So we'll take a point off for that. Body position is comfortable though. This bike does have a Trans-X dropper, the lever actuated like underneath the saddle. So for commuting, it's not really like a thing, but when you want to have fun in your commute, maybe hit some stairs or whatever, you can drop the seat out of your way. The Advent 9-speed drivetrain that's on this works great, gives me lots of range. So I think overall, we're gonna go with a 4.5 for this bike. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, day 5 of the 5-bike challenge, and we are on the e-bike. All right, everybody, it's day 5 on the way home, getting ready to start the weekend. So let's talk about the comfort rating for the e-bike. I think no shocker here, it's going to be a straight up 5. I mean, it's upright, it's super comfortable. You've got the ergonomic shaped grips, fenders, all the power that you could need, basket for storage. I mean, it's a different category. So obviously when comparing the bikes and we're talking about my average speed and my time, I guess I could kind of disregard e-bike. Obviously it's faster, duh, but that's why they're so incredible. So if you're one of those people that's on the fence, or maybe even one of those people that's like an e-bike hater, quit playing, go get one, you will be happy. Hey everybody, let's talk about the results of my 5-day 5-bike little experiment here. And if you made it this far into this longer video, I usually try to keep my videos down to like 10 minutes or less, but this one took a little longer. Think about maybe subscribing if you like this kind of content. If you're thinking about commuting by bike, I highly recommend it, and hopefully you'll find something on this channel that helps you out. So let me show you a couple of graphs that are showing us the average speed and the average time. And looking at these, I'm actually really surprised at how close all 5 bikes were together. I mean, yeah, there's, you know, the e-bike obviously was faster, but the rest were actually a lot closer together than I thought they would be. I really thought the GT would be like super slow, and actually the Red Dragon turned out to be the slowest bike, I do believe. The gravel bike even I kind of thought would be a little faster. Maybe I didn't put in as much effort that day, I'm not sure. Single speed, one of the fastest. That kind of doesn't surprise me. It's light and it forces you kind of to go faster, so yeah, that was kind of surprising. So what does this information make me realize? That actually my average time and my average speed doesn't really matter that much. What really matters is how you feel on the bike and how comfortable you are on the bike when you're commuting. That's the big takeaway from this. So looking at my ratings, the e-bike a 5, the GT the way it is down to like a 2.5, that was definitely the most uncomfortable day, even though it wasn't the slowest day. And if you're comfortable on the bike, maybe you don't mind having a little bit of a longer ride because you're just having fun and enjoying being on your bike. So yeah, commuting, I think comfort has to be number 1. And so looking ahead to the future, when we are converting the GT, I think comfort is going to be top of my list. It's got to be comfortable or it's not going to work. Hope you guys like this video. I'll see you in another commuting video coming up soon. Have a good one.